Hey, how you doing, my mate? Guys, today we'll be driving off from Germany, going towards Nordics. So, bit of a Germany, then up to the Nordics. There's still few roads that I've not discovered so far. So yeah, we're just gonna have a look at that. We're driving the Renault Range T today with the EVR sound, so should sound good. Going to drive DAF XF 105 on Fictina Polska. To be honest, till they update the map, I'm not planning to do any driving in there. There's one road that I like to drive. It's the terrains that what's his name? It's one guy that went to SCS. He made the northern kind of parts of Fictina Polska. So I enjoyed that road, but till Matamet actually updates some of the rest, I think I'll pass on and just wait for the next update. Ostap, thanks so much, mate. I'm glad that you joined the stream. Adam, yes, I'm from Poland, yeah. The truck is the SCS Range T, yeah. But it has the EVR sound pack to it. Yes, Adam, I'm from Poland, yes. Well, I was born in Poland. I'm not in any kind of an arrangement with SnowyMoon, no. Patrick, how you doing, my mate? How's your Sunday going? There's one thing I'm gonna do. That's a new bug. I've never seen them two stations to actually flicker like that. You're making a skybox, not a skybox, a lightbox, yeah? Well, that's good. The truck looks good. What truck did you use for that? What Scania was it? Got it. Yeah, it's a nice truck as well. Yeah, one thing I'm not certain of is I'm running Promods now, and I normally don't run Promods. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to drive through the Scandinavia rework. Is that going to be Promods roads or base game roads? Because if it's Promods, I'm turning it off. Lumsky, yes, you can go on the link down below to Patreon and have a look on that reshade. Hey, you say that every time. You say that every time. You need to speak to Patrick, you know, Patrick. Well, if you have a look on your screenshots, yeah, it looks fine. When you have a look on your screen, it looks a bit different. What does needs to be adjusted? If you got that kind of a glass coating feeling, yeah, it might be that your monitor is under contrasted by a lot. Chita okay there, my mate. How's it going? Yeah, Lumsky, I am thinking about the human being, and I'm thinking about the work that gets put on into projects, so I am considering that. Bogdan, how you doing, my mate? Well, I am, mate, I'm in Germany. The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be driving into the Scandinavia rework and it's not going to be the old Promods roads. Mate, because I already see some Promod stuff in there. If it's the old Promods, I'm turning it off. I hope that's not. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have a look. Mate, I had Promods enabled on. What was I doing with Promods? I was doing the. I was driving in Poland with it. I was checking out the new bits in Poland. I had it enabled. I forgot to turn it off because I normally do not run Promods. Thomas, how you doing, my mate? I'm all good. Yeah, no worries, we're good. Hey, how you doing, Politicus? That's a cool place to live, you know. I'm glad that you tuned in, mate. Hi, Cody, how you doing, my mate? Patrick, what's up with the morning life? I don't know. Just decided to run it a bit earlier than usual. I'm not using Weber 3.6. I mean, I understand it's good, but when you have a look on all the settings and the contrasts of it, yeah. If there was a version with the same kind of a contrast for all of the skyboxes, but with different skyboxes and different lightings, yeah, then maybe I would consider it. Patrick, I'm glad to hear that. Let me just check something. Man, those are the old roads. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a second. You need to bear with me. Well, I'll be still on the stream, but I'm disabling this Promods. I'll probably lose my current job as well, but yeah, I don't use Promods. I only installed it because I wanted to see what new they've done with Poland. It would be funny if it actually started crashing now. Okay, so we lost the job. However, gonna get another one. Where should we go? Okay, we can do that, and then we're gonna go further. So for everyone that missed the beginning of the live stream, yeah, and wanted to have a good look at the route again, that is the that's the opportunity for you guys. I normally do that. I normally just drive the route for like 200-300 kilometers and I run it again just to make sure that everything is fine along, and then I run it. I run it properly. So yeah. You never know. It could crash, you know. Respect the in-game graphics. Yeah, I can just quickly show you that. Just pause the stream if you want, yeah? It's too fast. I'm using the physics mod by Izuan Bakar. Okay, we're gonna make it in morning time. Felling Raptor, no, that's Toby Eye Tracker. Okay, we'll make it morning time. Okay, we're good to go. Again. And again I went to the wrong direction. Oh, that's very good. Okay, so how do you get that console? Well, you enable it in your config, the console line and the developer line. You can have a look on my ReShade plus SnowyMoon tutorial on my channel. I explain how to enable that console. It's too fast. Yes, I'm using PNG, mate. Okay, after some complications, yeah, we en route. It's good. Yes, I use medium mirror quality. Because whenever I display, I don't need any kind of RAM to be distracted by that, you know. Mate, it doesn't matter what setup you're running. You're running this on a single core from. Mate, I'm looking at the chat and because I want to go for her. So it doesn't matter how strong your PC is. You're running this on a single core from your CPU. So any additions like that will just will decrease your performance level. Trucks go brr. Yeah, they do. Kester, you can go and have a look on the tutorial that I've done on SnowyMoon and ReShade install. In that tutorial I also cover how to enable the console, where you can select the time of the day, the skybox, how you can teleport to other places. Babarao, well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I've not seen that place in a long time, mate. Gorsko, is it upcoming? I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to have it, but to be honest, with, you know, they had it prepped around when they released Iberia, and it had that kind of a quality. I think that if they were going to release it now, the quality would not match up. So I think they would have to rework it first, you know. So Look at how you doing. Thank you, mate. I do appreciate it. Barbara, thank you, mate. Yeah, you caught me off guard with that question because I'm not aware of, like, I've stopped looking at places like that a long time ago, mate. Gorda Simulator, Ghost Town Simulator, where's the traffic? Actually, a good question. And maybe a valid question. Because I think I turned my traffic down. I probably did. Yeah, I was recording a different map which required the traffic to be a 0.01. So, can put a traffic at like 1.5. Should be less of a ghost town now. To be honest, regarding the Heart of Russia DLC, I'm using Sibir map and it works and looks good, you know. So we still get a map with that kind of an environment around. So. Okay, I removed Promods. But those, well, there might not be a game issue, it might be the render issue. Other sleep. Try and rain. Won't be driving in rain now. We might be driving in rain at some point today. I don't know why it looks like that. Okay, you know what it is? I don't really like. I know that you're asking the other person. I don't really connect politics and games together, you know. So. Hey, you're driving American Truck Simulator, you know. So. Yeah. Adam, I would say check real map at the moment. I don't know what they're gonna come up with for Fictina Polska, but check real map would be the superior kind of a product for now. I don't know what it's going to be looking like in the future, but I mean, Fictina Polska was abandoned for a long time, you know. You can't really expect a product that has been updated recently to something that has been updated in the last 4 or 5 years. Barbara, well, I'm not going to be trying any other maps than the one that I'm playing at the moment. Yeah, the FPS will probably stay the same as they do on any other map. It depends on your GPU, though. You wanna try them, mate? Adam, no, I'm using the RealCam preset. Mate, what is this traffic doing? I don't know if I... Did I break the traffic? Yeah, there's something wrong with the traffic, mate. Look, I always think that the latest RealCam. You know, it's SCS map. I started running it with Promods by mistake. Had to take it off. But bro, I'm not sure because I've not run any new versions of Road to Heavy. I would say that your minimum requirements for ETS would be something like a 2070 3060 or something like that. If you're talking about running it with SnowyMoon, of course, yeah, because if you're running the base game without any heavy graphics mods, then you're fine. But okay, you know what? Like, you'll be fine with C. I'm mostly playing on C. And even the chrome parts, they don't look that bad on C now. They did back in the day, but they should look fine now. Luca, did you watch F1 today? Dan, it saves the settings automatically when you set them. The only difference might be if your config, if you reset your config or you delete your config, it will delete the SnowyMoon settings as well. But once you set them, you should have them set till you change them again. And if that's not the case for you, then there might be some kind of a bug. Yeah, Mercedes was strong. To be honest, with the pace that Verstappen had, I wanted to kind of see him towards the front of the pack and see what he could do, but Diesel Engine, thank you so much for the wishes. I really appreciate it. Alonso and Stroll are kind of, yeah, they're not doing the greatest now. Next phase, how you doing? Dan, check if your config is getting reset or restarted. park. Light in D. You can have a look in the stream. It's light in D, not C. Next phase. I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Okay, so we'll have to go. Okay, that's how we go. That's fine. Dan, thank you. How you can do that? Launch your game, set the settings, then go out from your game, check the time that the actually you can delete the config, yeah, go in game, set everything up as you wanted to, take a screenshot of the config and check what time this was actually created, then go in game, do everything again, go out of it, and check if the date and time changed in the config or not. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't. I've never heard of the config just resetting itself, but just check if that might not be the case for you. Diesel engine. You can find it. Well, drop me a message on Patreon. I'll send you a link for it. It's on the SCS forum, on the Volley add-on. SR game. This is 158. I'm running 100 scaling now when I'm live streaming, and I'm using, well, 95% of the time I'm using 125 when I'm recording. Because at the moment I've got around 75% of GPU usage, but when I'm recording I can push it to around 85 and still be fine. Adam, I would say 8 or 9. I use motion blur at 9, so I like it a bit higher. Yeah, 8 or 9, it's I think it looks good. Anything under 6, it feels a bit choppy. Do you like it lower? Yeah, well, listen, everyone has a different taste. Adam, yes, well, 3 out of 4 of the presets, they all use the setting. Now look at, it should adjust the exposure in the nighttime, but it doesn't work with DNC, only works with VNA. KTS Blue Sky use Ultimate V3, it's very nice. I'm glad you're liking it. But that's why you've got 4 versions now, they're all different, so everyone probably finds something that suits themselves. Yes, Patrick, I know how you got to set up, don't you worry about that. Cost, no, this is the RealCam Vibrant version. Guys, we're still in Germany. To be honest, I thought that it would go quite quick. But we've not even left Germany yet. Where is Vars? How you doing, my mate? How's your day going? I don't know if I pronounced your nickname correctly. I tried my best though. Sky, thanks so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Something going on with the air pressure, I'm not sure why. I mean, I've used the engine brake, but... Adam, I'm playing with DLSS quality. This is D, Adam, Lightning D. Rutsinaga, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. I'll try to have a sip of coffee without breaking the camera, which I might not be successful with. It wasn't that bad, and the coffee wasn't that bad as well. I'm actually thinking of getting a a proper microphone as well, because I probably sound like I'm sitting in a tube or something. Like the headphones I've got, they're not the cheapest, but I don't think that the sound quality is the best. Ram, no, this is Toby Eye Tracker. Made of air pressure again. I think that whenever it tries to use the engine brake. Okay, look up. It's not close to mine. However, the effects that they've done, I mean, it's not something for me, because it's only for pictures, to be honest. But the effects are nicely done, you know. But yeah. Ram, no, Toby Eye Tracker is a hardware that you use to move your head around the cabin. Well, to move your head in any kind of a game that is compatible. Corey, how you doing, my mate? Yeah, Lucas, so for pictures, for ATS pictures, yeah, their preset is good, it's solid. I don't know how they'll play out if you're actually driving the truck from the inside. Danny, this looks enhanced? Well, I hope it does. Yes, Danny. This has been out for like a week or so. I mean, it's the vibrant preset with the tone maps. Spring update tone maps. Yeah, look, you know why? Because of the I forgot SSRAO. I think that's the effect. It's the effect with the you can add reflections to anything, even but it's not available on 6.5, I think. The latest version is available on the latest version of ReShade. You can add reflections to any kind of a surface. So you can add reflections. You see that shed in front of me? You could add reflections to the top of it, to the side of it, to whatever. They use it for the roads, but it's taken a lot of resources from the GPU. Ram, do I like playing like this? Of course I do. If I wouldn't like it, I wouldn't play it like that. Yes, Danny. I like to be somewhere in between the wheels, you know? This is my favorite POV. I mean, if you're not sitting on top of the wheel, what are you doing? You know? Like, what would I be doing if I wouldn't be sitting on top of the wheel? I have to do that. Yeah, I think, mate, it's a game, you know? It's not realistic already because it's a game, it's not an actual cab. But to get yourself to feel like you're in a cab, you know, if you get a bit closer, I just get a more kind of an in-cab feeling, you know. But some people like to drive in different kind of cameras, you know, and it's fine. I've always been driving that way, so. Smoker, how you doing, my mate? Yeah, look, it's the same. They've done it the same way. So yeah. Yeah, Danny, I watched the mate. And this is Toby Eye Tracker. because I don't want to crash. What do I think of the Australian GP? It was fine. I mean, I like Verstappen, so we were kind of on the back foot from the get-go, but they can do it themselves, mate. Freightliner, how you doing, my mate? Danny, you know what? I used to like Hamilton. No, it's not that I dislike him, because I appreciate what he does. But I think that I started kind of liking Verstappen in 2018-19. Hamilton was complaining a bit too much, you know. I mean, Hadger looked good, you know. He was alright. Till, you know, till the engine failed, because I think it was the engine failure. But he looked solid, you know. Maybe that engine is dying up the hill. Danny, I just read your previous comment. Yeah, he's living in Florida, mate. He's chasing the crocodiles. Freightliner, you might need to see if you got any mods that are overriding, man. I never paid attention to stuff like that, so. Look at Tsunoda got thrown under the bus, you know. Okay, maybe he didn't get thrown under the bus, but he went there in a, where it was already bad, you know. What engine I've got? I've got the I don't even know what it is. 380 horsepower. The engine from, and it's the engine from EVR, but it's the weakest config of it. Destiny, how you doing, mate? How do I get that dashboard for Renault? It's the improved dashboard from Steam. I'll send you the link after the stream. Yeah, look, of course they mate. It's I don't know. Tsunoda was just unlucky with it. Oh, that screen. I'll need to check which interior is that, because one interior removes the GPS from it and allows you to put a tablet on it. And it's not, it doesn't come with a mod, it's just how the interior is made by SCS. Look, you know what, but Perez was actually extremely good. I don't know if it was the car or he just had a poor form at some point, but I liked Perez a lot, you know. I mean, the way he defended for Max was just legend, you know. Yeah, Lewis is back. I mean, I don't know how well Ferrari is gonna do, but I mean, if you were in Red Bull in that kind of a situation, you're looking at Max for the most amount of money that he can bring in. So. Just normal Nordic Horizons, mate. Agrocuba. Yeah, I've started with Promods. I don't really run Promods, so I disabled it. This is just the well, this is the Scandinavia rework, not even a Nordics DLC yet. See, okay, how do my mate? I appreciate it. I'm using a 5080 for my graphics card. Mate, again, the low air pressure. Whenever I'm trying to use the engine brake, it just... Danny, life is indeed good if you don't have class on Monday. Adam, I'm using 100% scaling at the moment. Yeah, Freightliner. Well, even that 25% difference from 100 and... Is there 125 scaling? I think it is. Every 25% that you up or down, it will have an effect on your performance with SnowyMoon. Yeah, Luca, that's what it does. But yes, I know it's the engine brake. The thing is, when I try to use it as well, it pops up with that error straight away. I mean, it's not an error. It's just how the system recognizes that it's running out of air pressure. So. Lightning C always better for you? I like Lightning C as well. Well, this is Lightning D. It's not looking that bad with the latest update, to be honest. But I always like Lightning C. The thing is, when I want to run North Experience, as I do in here, or PNG base, I can't use it with Lightning C. So. And I'm always locked at 60 FPS. I don't run higher than that, but I'm using a RTX 5080. And at the moment, I'm using 70% of my GPU. Look, I know it's the normal one. It's the default one. Yeah, so it will take some of the performance out, but it will be dependent on your resolution and your GPU as well. Okay, how was it on the ultra wide? Well, probably by now you got used to it. Yeah, look, it is 2K. It's 2K but stretched horizontally. And then my traffic is set to 1. Freightliner, you remade your Poznan time lapse? That's good, mate. Alfredo Dallo. I'm driving in Denmark at the moment. We'll be in Sweden in a second. Are we in Denmark? Yeah, I think that we're in Denmark. I might be wrong. No, we're in Sweden now. We've already crossed. Yeah, you see, before I actually started playing ETS2, like, iRacing, ACC, and then Le Mans Ultimate was the only thing that I played. iRacing mainly, like, I think that I've got around 600-700 races in iRacing, and my setup was purely for sim racing. Well, now it changes a little bit. I don't race that much, and I'm just fine with Dolby iTrack, because before that I wanted to get a triple screen, but now I don't think that I would go for that. Yeah, Alfredo Dallo, yeah, it was Sweden. Alfredo Dallo, well, this is the Scandinavia rework. This is where we are at the moment. Mate, the UK will be exciting, you know. Well, me living in the UK, I'm gonna spend some time on that map, you know. Mate, like, UK and then going east, even Italy, you know, I can't look at that on the base game, you know, like, it's a no-go zone for me. You in Essex? Mate, you're not far away from me then. You know where I am? I'm around Dartford though. It's just across the river. Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah, Kent. Yeah, it's just south of the river. Yeah. I mean, it's London, but you know, just to give you an idea, it's Kent. Well, Kent is in London. So. Well, and Kent is also outside of London as well. So. Alfredo, I've got a Sim Magic Alpha on my steering wheel. Oh, I see. Yeah. To be honest, UK on Promods is not that bad. I mean, it's drivable. Alfredo, just for Promods, I wouldn't say so, but the latest DLCs. If you don't have any DLCs, okay, that's my point of view. Yeah, you. I'm not saying that that's what you should do. Man, I would just get Nordics and drive in now. Nordics and Balkans, and then just drive Nordics, Balkans, Nordics. Get Greece as well. Greece, Balkans, and Nordics, and just drive in that kind of a route. Yeah, I mean, if you're only missing few, it makes sense to get them. The only thing that I don't, well, that it's not ideal for me with Promods is that it changes the new areas of Germany and the Scandinavia rework to their ones. Rhythm, yeah, you 100% get a better result with PNG. Yes, Rhythm, you use PNG, SnowyMoon and ReShade together and you should get the best kind of a result. Do I have any mods? Yes, Kuba. I've got graphics mods, PNG, I've got SnowyMoon V2, I've got my Project Ultimate ReShade, I've got mods for the accessories in the cab, I've got mods for the scratches in the windshield, I've got sounds mods, physics mods, the livery mods. Yeah, Riven, no worries, mate. Riven, if you have a look on my Patreon, I've got a free post with all of my mods that I use for ATS and ETS. It's like 8 posts down, 7 or 8 posts down. Freightliner, I've never been to one. Riven, you're asking about the load order, then graphics mods at the top, underneath physics, sounds, maps, and then anything else below that. Kevin, how you doing, my mate? How is Kevin doing? Well, I'm running PNG roads. I've got them at 1.59 at the moment. Monkey Flipman, how you doing, my mate? Kevin is right. Kevin, you need to well, we'll speak soon, but we need to link up and go to that restaurant, you know. Because we've been prolonging it now for a long time. Well, I've been prolonging it. Coco, thank you for the sub, mate. Kevin, which map is that? Nordics DLC. Kevin, do you actually know anything about ETS now? Have you been studying this? If I could get you to play ETS2, that would be the end goal. Why don't I use AI traffic? I mean, this is AI traffic. Why am I not using any traffic mods? Because it affects CPU too much. Elmed Imbarayan, thank you for the sub, mate. Kevin, I need to tell you more about it. Then if you're learning about it, then you need to know, you know. Okay, guys, we'll make it a morning time. We're not gonna be driving at night. Just I don't want to crash into anything. And I felt like you're getting a flashbang on CS:GO or something like that. Rhythm, I'm using Tobii Eye Tracker. Liner, what these banging tunes I've got on, they're from Epidemic Sounds. Like you pay a subscription, you link your channels, you link your socials, and then you can use the music. The library is quite vast. There's a lot to choose from. I mean, like probably 15,000 plus songs to choose from. And from time to time I revise and I add new ones. And yeah, it sounds like drum and bass. Yeah, it should be like UK garage music and stuff. Yeah, last time we were not parking our setups on the stream. This time I'll be attempting to park it. Yeah, we managed to park it from the inside of the cab. Let's see how. It's not bad. It's not that bad. Why can't I drop it off? Drop it off now. Look, how is the difference between V1 and V2? V1 is pretty straightforward, just direct light with a lot of render added, and V2 is just extremely heavy, you know? It has a lot of HDR effects on it as well. Okay, we're gonna be going into Finland now. And I think that we're going to be starting from this place as well, so that's nice. Freightliner, you know what? Because I'm recording most of the stuff that I do, I've got around 30 different profiles, and you know, you can kind of guess what the financial situation of those profiles is. I've got one profile which I keep kind of realistic for myself, but most of the profiles, they're heavily in depth. Mate, were you on that stream though, yeah? Man, I was surprised with that. I was like, how do you repossess the truck in ETS2? Paul Hayden, what will I use? I use the Sim Magic Alpha. It was literally, I was dropping off a load, and it just said that the truck's been repossessed due to debt. I was like, yeah, that's not good. Paul, I'm using DLSS from SnowyMoon, so I'm not using the in-game aliasing system. Oh, that's a roundabout. Yeah, no worries, mate. Martin Hayden, is that Beam eye tracker? No, I'm using Toby eye tracker. Oh wow, that's a good example of a blind spot. Poor guy in a Mercedes C-Class. Def Endeavor, yes, it's ETS2. Euro Truck Simulator 2. Yeah, you can send me some pictures, yeah. Well, of the game, yeah, of the game. You can send me pictures of the game. Freightliner, that's a good piece of history then, eh? I wasn't aware that the C-Class was the first AI vehicle in it. Yeah, that mirror would help. It's good that it's a game, because in real life that kind of a situation would be a bit difficult to handle. Makes it hard. I'm using Toby eye tracker, not VR. Martin, my FOV at the moment 87. I'm normally using 88. I've got 87 enabled at the moment. Vice, I don't know, mate. Saying it's cool. Thank you, mate. I'm glad they're enjoying it. Martin, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think that we've run out of music. which means that we should be around an hour and 40 minutes into the live stream, because I had the music set a hour and 40 minutes, well, hour and 34 minutes, so not that far away from it. Maxis, I'm not sure what you meant by the question. How do you manage to activate everything else when you can't see it wearing the VR headset? Now I'm using Tobii eye tracker, it's not VR that I'm using. Now I wouldn't be able to operate like that using a VR headset. And the game would not look like this with VR as well. Yeah, no worries, mate. I mean, it was a good observation from your point that I will not be able to actually operate anything else if I'll be using the VR headset. Maxis, thank you, mate. Elliot Perry, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? Killian, how you doing? Yeah, Tobii would probably be the smoothest option out of all, but just because of the quality of the hardware. But you still should get good results with Tracker and Beam Eye Tracker. I've not tried Beam Eye Tracker. They've reached out to me, seeing if I wanted to do anything with that. But ASD, thank you for the sub, mate. When I was already using Tobii Eye Tracker, I did not want it to kind of, well, it's not that I would be selling it, but yeah, I didn't want to display in that way that I'm kind of putting forward the Beam Eye Tracking idea whilst using Tobii Eye Tracker, which wouldn't be fair to people, I guess. Elliot Perry, what time it is? What time is it? It's 12:51 where I am at the moment. I'm in London, so it's almost 1 p.m. Abraham is so realistic, bombastic. I'm glad you're liking it. Okay, guys, we've been driving on this Scandinavia rework now. It's not even Nordics DLC yet, and it's looking solid, to be honest. Paul, you could probably do that. Oh my god, I'm gonna make it. But then you would have to get yourself a custom kind of a clip for that, so then you can place it in a way that it'll record your eyes. Because I've set it up on top of my screen first, and I've tested it and it worked, but then the clip that it came with, it's not really supporting you to put it on top of your screen, so I've put it at the bottom of it, but then I had to lift my monitor up a lot as well. Ludi, how you doing? I'm using Tobii Eye Tracker, mate. But I've seen custom clips on eBay, I think. So there is probably a way for you to put it on top of your screen. It just requires a bit of a DIY solution. The Project Ultimate is $5.99 with a sub. You get 4 different versions of it. You get V1, V2, V3 and the RealCam, which I'm using now. Also upcoming is the Project Ultimate Weather, which will be a weather depth mod. Luca, a lot. But that's, you know, I can't really... I do answer the same questions over and over again, but if we get new people coming in, if someone is curious about that, I'll fully explain it, you know. Nothing else for me to do at the moment but just drive and just explain what people are seeing. Maxis, were you talking about a mod map that's crashing, or? Different Dave. Yes, I'm using the EVR pack for the Renault Range T. The default Renault Range T sounds... It sounds like a Hoover. Like a bad Hoover, you know. Yeah, Freightliner, that could be... It could be a cause of it. Lily, I mean, from Project Ultimate, you only get the Project Ultimate, any kind of support and setups with it. Yeah, you don't get any mods from other creators on it. Maxis, you need to check your game log and see what's causing it. Look, I'm glad to hear that. I do like that V1. I mean, they all have a purpose, yeah? Like, I would even play V2, but most people not even try V2. I'll play V2. V1 is the ultimate thing, you know? V1 will always look good. Purpak, how you doing, my mate? Yeah, I decided to do a live stream in the middle of the day. I know it's kind of unusual for myself, but I'll have to crack on with other bits later on in the day, so... However, I was planning to start doing some SimRail and Train Sim World live streams at some point. Maybe video as well, I'm not sure yet, but... You like V2, yeah? Well, you see, I don't drive at night, so... I mean, with these ones you can drive at night, but you said Gotham City, yeah? I mean, yeah, I guess V2 is a bit dark, but it's very good for daylight. You still have the road textures problems? Well, I'm not sure how else to help you, but you know, it's the way SnowyMoon overrides the prefabs. Yeah, Purpak, no worries, mate. I'll see you around, yeah? Or the next time I'm building a map, we'll probably speak on Discord. Juan Pablo, how you doing, my mate? How's the day going? I was in Poland a few days ago, and I was in Gdynia and Gdańsk, so around like the shoreline. I've seen a few of those Stena line ships. But they're not ships. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. But they're not really vessels, but we'll stick to ships. Ferries, yes, mate. A ferry. They're called ferries. Yeah, I know they're working on it, and sometimes like it works fine for me. I'm just unsure if there's any kind of setup differences that would cause this, because you know it works fine for some people, it doesn't for others. So, mate, okay, Alfredo, I'm gonna do that, but just give me. I'm gonna make it daytime so you can see it clearly, because it's crazy. Like you're gonna see the difference. Okay, let me just make it turn right. Okay, the difference between all of this and then SnowyMoon off. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it clearly, because it's that kind of a skybox. Let me put skybox 2. Well, it's the sun's in our eyes, so you're not gonna see it that well. But then when you put it back on, okay, we're stationary now, so you can see the trees. I mean, you know, but you got the PNG textures, you know. You got the PNG textures, so this already looks better than most. Well, I guess, you know, could play without it. Well, if you had to. I need to do a revised V1 revised live stream. Yeah. Tida Gaming, I'm using Tobii eye tracker for my head movements. Alfredo, it's not spyware, it's a licensing file that could be used as spyware. It's not spyware though, but it has the effects for it. It has the code to not spy, but to just watch over of if you got a certain kind of a license on your PC or not. Okay, what's motion blur? It's set to 9. Alfredo, yes, and you know what? You might think that it's... Well, I can't really discuss what's right, what's wrong, but for what he's done, he's got the right to do that, I guess, you know? I mean, the only downside for people would be that you have to sub to it every month, which some people don't agree or don't want to do that, but... And also how I see, like... Pureback, thank you for the sub. If you're spending that much time, and it's with anything, it's with truck mods, with some weather mods, even with some extended reshades, SnowyMoon, and anything for a game. If you're taking time away from your family and from your life, and you're spending a tremendous amount of time on making the mod, on improving it, and then on the support of the mod itself, because just you releasing the mod doesn't stop the support part, which most people would probably spend maybe not active 10-12 hours a day, but they will... You're on it 24 hours a day, and it might only come up that you've been active on a task for like 5-6 hours a day, but you're 24/7 answering to people, helping them out. So yeah, you know, if he felt that that's how he wants to proceed with it, you know, at the end of the day, he has the right to do that. Yeah, JBX is fine as well. That's why I said, if you want to use any weather mods, it's PNG or JBX. And the thing is, when you're looking at contrasts and everything, you've got different skyboxes on JBX as well. But the contrasts and the way the lighting works just aligns with everything, so it's very easy to get similar results. When you've got weather mods which vary a lot in contrasts, which in real life that might happen, but unfortunately it doesn't look good in the game, so it's just a bit of a balance of having the same kind of similar contrast for all of the skyboxes to get a similar kind of a result. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, mate. Alfredo, at the moment there isn't any alternative to it. I could maybe say that someone that I know and someone that I've been working with for the last 2 years may be doing something similar. Well, not the same thing, but reworking the vegetation in a not reshade kind of a way, which would improve the vegetation and everything around without touching anything else. Yeah, JBX is nice, but I still prefer PNG. Well, I would use JBX for ATS more than ETS2 though. So, look at the thing is, SnowyMoon is like a reshade. Well, it's not reshade, but if you break down the shaders of the game, the DXGA file hooks up to the shaders, but it hooks up to the general shaders. You see that sometimes on the reshades, like if you're trying to play around with different effects, some effects are not even going to hook because they're not connected with ETS2. They might work for other games, but ETS2 has a selected amount of shaders, and I'm not talking about reshade shaders, but the game shaders that the DXGA file can hook up onto. What SnowyMoon does, it's creating its own versions of hooking up to the game shaders. I'm not talking about the shaders that you can access through reshade, but something in the game's code. And he's creating those kind of effects, overriding. So you take trees, let's say vegetation, yeah? Leaves on the trees will have a certain physical and also code value to it. And then they're displayed in a certain kind of a way. But it's based on the shader in-game as well. So if you can access that shader, then and write a code to change that, then you can change any kind of a and any texture in the game. Well, Freightliner, no, it's not in post FX add-on. It's a bit more than that because it renders it on the go. A post FX add-on would be reshade, or like what I've been playing around with it like 3-4 years ago, and I was making different kind of SSAO for grass and stuff. That would be considered that. He's going far beyond that. What he's doing is he's getting the game core code, and he's actually assigning his own shader effects on it. So it's a bit more complicated than that. What we made, maybe I'll say what I've seen, that you can hook up your DXGA file, you can write an application, and you can write an app, and disable the roads, disable the trees, disable, I don't know, you see the train, you can make the train blue. Like, the normal kind of effects will just kind of enable you to do that, but SnowyMoon is reaching a bit deeper into the shaders. Alfredo, you hope that ETS2 will do something like that someday? Well, maybe they will. Mario God, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Nice train. I hope that did not bore anyone with the technical bit of a gibberish about the shaders. Megan Hayden, you've got a couple of mods for the headlights on Steam. You'll have to have a look at it. Guys, Bogdan just, Bogdan is sharing the links to Florida Discord. I think that he had a few invalid ones. Once he sends the correct one, you can have a look in the progress on our Florida 1-to-1 map. Dexter Duera, good DJ. Thank you, mate. Okay, guys, we got the links up now. If you want to have a look on the Florida map 1-to-1. It's created by myself and Bogdan and a few people that have decided to join and help out. Not sure how that'll work in the future, but there's a few people that have decided to help out with the project as well. Yeah, Bogdan, I'll change it. Alfredo, do I think Tracker could compete with Toby? I don't. I mean, if they change their hardware, yes, but it's all about the receiving hardware, because I mean you can easily just get yourself a pointer that would just be detected, but the way it's detected, it's the main thing. Magna, as I said, you should be able to find a few of those mods on Steam Workshop. I don't use any, so I don't have that much knowledge about them, but I know that there are some headlight mods in the Steam Workshop. Margo, thanks so much, mate. I appreciate you. And I also seen I've seen your videos. They're sick. Like the quality of it, I've seen them on Facebook, and they caught my eye straight away. I was like, yeah, that looks good. I'm looking to the description. I was like, yeah, I can see why. Adam Yagefa, how you doing, my mate? Craze. What I'm using to move my camera, I'm using Tobii eye tracker to move my camera around. What time is it now? 1:15. Ludi is a reshape preset. It's not a camera mod. I mean, it behaves with characteristics of a camera, but it doesn't change the position of a camera or anything like that. But it adds distortion to the screen as well, which normally you would not have. But crazy. I appreciate that, mate. Patrick, already, yeah? What, just the light box? You need to show me it afterwards. Alan Popular Gamer, I'm using Project Next-Gen, I'm using SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade RealCam preset. Although for graphics, those are the free mods or tools that I use to make it look like this. Crazy, you're a little bit disappointed that I'm not driving a Scania. I drive a Scania from time to time, you know, but I need to change it up a bit. Alan Popular Gamer, so I'm using the mods that I said, the Project Next-Gen, SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade. It's the mods that I use currently. Broomy, to be honest, I've not connected Rusmap and Promods in a long time. For last time I was doing it, I only used one connector for it. Patrick, why don't you get WinRAR then? You open it? PeerPack, it does a little bit. But it's more of the FOV that I use than the reshade itself. So the FOV is assigning that kind of a speed effect, but also the image is distorted. What mods I'm using? No map mods at the moment, and I'm using Project Next-Gen, SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade. Great, thanks so much for helping out. Because last time I used that combo as like 152, 153 with the game versions. Yeah, Ludi, I'm gonna send you all of the instructions after the live stream, yeah? So you're gonna get what everything that you need to set up SnowyMoon with ReShade, and also my setups and everything. Ludi, I do not have a Discord server. You can find me on the Discord server of Florida map 121 or Romania map 121. But I do all the support and everything on Patreon, you know. I'm active on it all the time, so... Well, not when I'm sleeping. So Romania map 121, it has a free demo for 157, but otherwise it is a paid map. It's also quite vast map as well. It has more than 800 kilometers one-to-one roads to drive on, so... Yeah, Ludi, you get a mail or you just log into your Patreon, then you can just have a check the conversation in there. Never said in. What does the RealCam do? RealCam is a reshade preset that has characteristics of a camera, of my kind of interpretation of the camera lens. You don't need an eye tracker for that. You can set it in a... I don't know if you set your camera like this. You just drive with a stable kind of a camera, but you do not need eye tracking. It will improve the way you can move around the cabin, but you do not need it. Brumi, I'm using Project Next-Gen with SnowyMoon V2 and Project Ultimate ReShade. Andren, I'm using the physics mods by Izuan Bakar. Okay, once again we're going to be attempting the parking. Abdul Rahman, yes, you can do that. You'd have to go into the map editor and save the map in the format of 1-to-1. It will change your kilometers that you drive in the map as well. that would be a bit of a tight parking spot, but we'll see how we do with it. Ludi, I'm using the RealCam vibrant option at the moment. So you go V1, V2, V3, and then you got the RealCam as well. I'm using the spring update tone maps as well. Okay, we're gonna take a job over there. 350 kilometers. And where do we need to load? Is that far away? Okay, we'll spare ourselves the drive for the pickup. Guys, I'll be back in the chat in a second. Ludi, in the instructions that I would send, well, you get that as well, but if you can find it through a way that Craig's just shown you, then yeah. The other way to do that, yeah, anyone can use it. You download the 6.73 version, or you press on it, and then you just change the version in the link. Then you copy the link, insert it into your browser, and you get whatever version you need. You get all of the effects that you need will be with it, because it's quite a recent version of it as well. It's not very outdated. Abdurrahman, go into Google or ask ChatGPT how do you change the scale on your map on the SCS editor. You should have no issues with explaining that. No, you install everything that you've got in it, so with the add-ons, with all the effects and stuff. But I was just saying that it's not missing any of the effects that you need for it. I'm not sure what you mean by add-ons. You mean the effects, or basically how you install it? You just go through it, you select the game that you need, and then you just unselect and select all the effects. That's the only thing that you need to do. Luca, you know what? I thought that it would actually work on 158. I tried it, but it would not load the game. It would just go back to the save game. Look at that is the roommate. You wanna play, you don't get it. No, just download ReShade. Don't need the full add-on support. Other than man, I can't show you how to do that now because I won't be able to access the SCS editor. I'm just a Greek. How you doing, my mate? She's great. Is the ReShade worth it? I will say that it is. But I'm also the one who created that, so I might be a bit biased. But I will say that it is worth it, yeah. Okay, Mark, yes, that's the one that I use, but I'm using this with the latest spring update tone maps, yeah? Abdurrahman, no worries, man. Bromy88, I'm using the Toby eye tracker. Before you install it, you need to take all of that out. But for SnowyMoon, it's only those two files. But you install ReShade first, then you apply that. But then you have to put all the files into the ReShade folder. If you go on my channel, I don't know, around 20-25 videos ago, there is a tutorial on how to install this. Now SnowyMoon will go into the Win64 folder. Okay, Mark, I'm using the heavy lens sharp for it. Andrew Brewer, thanks for the sub, mate. I'm using Toby eye tracker mode. Does this reshade affect FPS? Well, I've got mine locked at 60. The GPU log that I had on a 3080 was around 3 to 4%. At the moment, I'd see a 2% difference in my GPU, but I'm using a 5080 now. John Garcia, thank you, mate. So it will just depend on your GPU. On the 38, as I said, it's between 3 to 4%. If you can run SnowyMoon with whatever aliasing option you're comfortable with or you want to run it with, then you'll be fine with adding reshade on top of that. Okay, Mark, thanks for the input. To be honest, that's not a bad result for a 3060. Ludi, it will be, if you're using it with SnowyMoon, it will be home and end for reshading SnowyMoon. Triple 2Ks on the 4090, you should be fine. Luca, I only use it when I'm recording or streaming. I don't use it where... Literally, because it's probably installed incorrectly. Mate, if you want to give another half an hour, you get all the instructions and everything, yeah? Because I also send the pinpoint instructions of what to do in the correct order, which might help you. So just coming back, look at your comment. I'm using DO's sharpen when I'm streaming or recording. I don't use it when I play for myself. When I'm just doing my private runs, I don't use it. But just because of the compression levels, that's how it looks on my screen with that sharpen on. Brumi, I would say if you got triples, I mean you've already got that field of view that you'd need. Eye tracker would be ideal if you've got a single screen, but Craze, that is a very good insight, mate. Because that is true. Everyone starts somewhere, you know. Lucas Mariana, what PC config? I'm using a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 5080. Price excited, mate. Yeah, crazy. I mean, I know that I cannot overclock it, but at the time when I was buying it, that was the best option that I could get, so, you know, that's where I went with it. Yeah, bro, I fully understand you, mate. Yeah, I mean, it's set not to be overclocked, but I don't think that it needs overclocking. I think it's a very good CPU, you know. But some people just feel the need to overclock any CPU they get, you know. Yes, Freyliner. And any day you can come and drop it off. We'll swap it today. After the live stream, I'm gonna take it out of the case. Ludi, that's good news, mate. Very good news. Brumi, I would not know much about Intel CPUs, to be honest. I wouldn't know much about any CPUs. if I have to be completely honest. Now I'll go to 5080, you know, 59, 5080. When I was getting the 5080, I was like, it was £1,100. I was like, that's not a bad price. Looking at the where the prices was a few months ago. Well, I bought that around, I don't know, 5-6 months ago. So previously the prices were very elevated. And I was looking at the 5090s, and the 5090 was like 1900, and they were all in stock. But I was like, I'm fine with 5080. I looked a few weeks ago, and the 5090s, they were going for like £3,000. Trucker Blitz, that's not ETS2, that's a real life truck driving. 100%, mate. Crazy, I see. Yeah, it can happen, you know. You just got unlucky with yours. Brumi, I'm using a Gigabyte MU32 4K curved screen. You get 4.7 gigahertz. Look at you're as brave as that bus driver that is on my tail whenever I'm driving on Nordic Horizons. And he's the bus drivers in Nordic Horizons is always trying to overtake me someone in a tight curve or something like that. Trucker Blitz, I appreciate it, mate. Yeah, look, how did you do it? Look, you know what? If it works, it works. Yes, Ludi, it works in Truckers MP. It's SnowyMoon and ReShade will work in Truckers MP as their tools and not actual mods. Look at that, is some high-end engineering in that they've done. They probably boosted everything, mate. The system was in shock. But bro, I would say EVR for ETS2 mods, 100%. Trucker Blitz, I'm using the steering wheel. That's your best use of ChatGPT. Well, it saved you a new CPU, so I guess it done well. Yeah, Zmods is more ATS orientated. Fadri, how you doing, my mate? Thank you for the sub, mate. Maybe I should do like a master reverb. Yeah, it would make sense. Do like the Scania super sounds. Yeah, they're not bad from Siemens. Yeah, I like to kiss the pavement a bit, you know. DCD similar to Merhaba. Aynen. Trucker Blitz TPP? What do you mean with that? Yes, I can do that in a second. Let me just park it. Mara, how you doing? Yes, SnowyMoon works fine with ReShade. If that was your question. Okay, we'll do one more job. Well, not something... What's the time now? Almost 2. We could do that. That shouldn't take that long. But, as before, we're gonna skip ourselves the part where we actually go and get the job. Ludi, I'm using the RealCam heavy lens sharp, the vibrant option. Menanaga, yes, I'm using the North experience as well. Okay, Trucker Blitz, I'm gonna show you the outside view in a second. Let me just pick up the load. We'll skip it to daylight. Look, I'm currently doing something else. After that, yeah. Because I'm doing the weather bit as well. Trucker Bliss, that's what it looks like, right? Yeah, once I do that, I can have a look on other bits. But now, yeah. Yeah, Trucker Bliss, now where's it? Oh, we're not gonna. I won't do it. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Ludi, no, you've got access to all of it. When you go into RealCam, you go into settings, you have the tone map settings and all the SnowyMoon settings. Just have a look at that. Yeah, K-Mark, I've got everything maxed apart from the mirrors. I've got the mirrors set at medium. Yeah, Ludi, no worries, man. Sugmet, nah, mate, it'll be alright. There'll be nothing will happen to your PC. I put mine in the water, you know. I keep mine in the bathtub, filled with ice and water, and it's fine. There's no issues with it. Guys, I was joking. Do not take that advice seriously. Do not put your PC in the water. It's not going to end well. You're gonna use liquid hydrogen? Yeah, it would probably work. Look, I would use the RealCam, you know. I've been using it for some time now, and I wouldn't. Well, V1 or RealCam or V3, but V3 is very light, you know. V3 was made to not over-render the image if someone is running a weaker graphics card. Freightliner, don't worry, I'm ahead of that. I said that, and straight away I was like, yeah, might be better if I say that. Gonzalo, how you doing? Thanks so much, mate. I hope they have a good day. Freightliner, you know what? Because 99% of people would not do it. But there might be that one person that's going to message me in 3 weeks' time. And they'll be like, well, I was at your stream. And they're going to send me the time mark when I said that. I've put my water in the... I've put my PC in the water and it kind of broke. If you could just give me a new one, that would be very nice. Man, I mean, you know, it's crazy, but you know, it could happen. You never know. Which one had in? I'm using Tubby eye tracker for my head movements. Man, I believe you. I believe you, mate. Like, I remember a long time ago, I was playing FIFA 09 on my PS3. Like, and mate, that's a long time ago. My grandpa at that time thought that there's a actual football match on the TV, you know. So, well, looking at it now, I wouldn't think that, but. Yeah, that is very true. I started thinking about that when I said that. I realized that that's not the case no more, unfortunately. I think that everyone who's around 30 or older, I'm 30 now. We went from, well, I remember I had my first PC when I was like 6 or 7. And I think that we went through that phase where games look really clunky to the part where we're still kind of on the younger side, but we've got the games looking extremely realistic. Yeah, look, I've seen that as well. There's a couple of viral ones as well. Freyliner, you're 32 this month. Well, we are getting older. I've just turned 30 last month, so. Look, 100%, mate. You were the... I'm gonna check that. You might have been the first person to actually be with Project Ultimate. I'm gonna check that. Guys, we got 270 kilometers left. Yeah, look, it will do, mate. I always wanted to check how far I can zoom out on the camera till it starts cutting off the textures. To be honest, not that bad. I thought that would be worse than that. Oh my god. Yeah, Luca. That was the thing, mate. Bloody, how to get the third view looking like that? I'm using the camera mod by Jasper and Durock. You can also have a look on the camera tutorial that I've got on my channel, which I will be sending you in a second as well, and I just show how I actually do it in there. Alright, Shekapovic, I'm using DLSS from SnowyMoon Light D with 100 scaling at the moment, and that is in 4K. Look at next video, Bald Eagle POV. Yeah, mate. So I don't know if that is just unlimited movement or not, because I remember when I was doing the ATS live stream, I zoomed out very far away from the canyon. I don't know if it stops at some point or it just keeps on extending. Yeah, that is true. That is 100% true, man. I think it was just mainly fresh ideas and just the approach towards it. Bogdan, I do not drink any energy drinks. If I have to drink one, I would get the original Monster. 0-calorie one though. The one in the black and green can. I'm not saying that it's you know it's better or not, but you've asked me what I like. That's what I like. Luca, do you like energy drinks? And Bogdan, do you drink them as well, or you stay away from stuff like that? Yes, I can show you the exterior camera. Yeah, Freilein, good choice. Mate, what is full throttle though? They look like radiator fluid. Yeah, they do. Ludi, I've seen your comment about the camera. If you enabled it and it works with the truck, the only truck I know that this doesn't work with is the Actros MP3. Misiek, witam. How you doing? Oh yeah, Bogdan, but well, it might not be that harmful, but if you drink a lot of it, then yeah. Simply Soren, thank you for the sub, mate. The Devil's King. I'm using the RealCam Vibrant heavy lens sharp preset. Yeah, Ronak, you know, it probably would. But everyone has their own preference, you know, so everyone likes something different. And what might be realistic to myself might be not realistic to you. It's really an opinion-based thing if it comes to realism, because you'll get 100 people, you show them 100 different POVs and stuff like that of a game or something like that, and they'll choose them. Everyone will choose a different realistic kind of a thing. See, but I never. I mean, I drank energy drinks before, but I never. Well, I drank like 2 or 3 in the same day, and I never actually felt any kind of up-tempo heartbeat or anything like that. Well, you shouldn't. Well, I mean, it would be crazy to drink everything in one sip, you know. What, mate? Okay, how do you even calculate that? Why do you even know that? That's my question. How are you even coming up with that? That it's 1 to 2 sips per minute. Mate, it cracks me up. No, Bogdan, I'm joking, man, I'm joking. I know, but sometimes you just say a specific thing, you know, like. I know that you do like specific things. Misiek, nie musisz ode mnie kupować ustawień trackera. Jak napiszesz do mnie na Patreonie, ci pokażę swoje ustawienia. Tobie i trackera po prostu. Dude, I'm glad to hear that, mate. I'm glad that you like that. Adam, if it comes to Gaussian blur, it goes in a percentage kind of a way. It doesn't just go to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm playing as whatever the presets come. That's what I play with. I mean, I know that you have the radius settings in there, but it's not what actually sets the Gaussian blur. But if it's too much for you, you can always check the well, depending on what presets you use, the sharper presets will have a bit less of that effect. Nie mam problemu, Misiek. Okay guys, we're very close. 33 kilometers away. On a 1 to 19 scale, of course. Crashed the trailer, unfortunately. I had a clear run for the last 3 hours, but our second post, yeah, the scaling will overhaul your resolution. Ludi, that's the SCS Renault. Okay guys, came to the end of our trip. I would like to thank everyone who decided to join into the stream, leave a like, leave a comment, or interact in any kind of a way. Yeah, there will be a few more live streams coming this week, maybe in the weekend as well. And yeah, thank you guys again. I'm just going to the last comments. Misiek, dzięki wielkie. Cieszę się, że Cię podoba. Ludi, yeah, the SCS Renault is the base game one. Guys, thanks so much again, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you guys.